Greetings, listeners. Last time on the Velocity of Ping, one of our intrepid crew fell unconscious after a battle with the Psyworms. Carrying Laura in his arms with wings to assist the heavy lifting, Suave managed to get her out of the hole they found themselves in. Jane negotiated a safe resting place for Laura in the back of Georgie Boy's car, and they left her to sleep while they continued to unravel the mysteries of Swanyan Diva. After interrogating Georgie Boy, the crew got directions to Susie's house in the suburbs and tracked her down. They found a few other townsfolk in their homes and chatted with them for a while before finding Susie and her daughter getting ready for dinner. Susie asked everyone to step outside and admitted she isn't entirely sure what's happening in the town of Twilight Glen. She told you that she too was exiled by someone who did not like her magical powers, and that's how she ended up on Swanyan Diva. She traveled alone for longer than she could recall, and then Twilight Glen seemingly popped into existence out of nowhere. She was so relieved to find a home to be part of, Susie ingratiated herself into the life without stopping to question why. Jane found out that her vocal powers inadvertently stripped Susie of her ability to speak, and the party suspected that Suavi's shape-changing has altered Susie's daughter, taking the power from her. Susie confirmed this and requested that Suave keep the power so her daughter can have a normal life and not risk the ostracization that plagued her mother. Suave agreed. The party chatted with Susie for a while about how Swanyan Diva and Hichago functioned together, able to figure out how some pieces fit and others remained a mystery. Nareth noticed that Susie seemed to be able to influence the state of Twilight Glen, and once outside her home, Nareth was able to see through the illusion to the cracked, dusty reality of Swanyan Diva's landscape. Frightened by this, the party decided it was best to collect Lore and head to the ship. They found Lore sleeping at Georgie Boy's peacefully and continued their discussion about Swanyan Diva, Twilight Glen, and Hichago as they investigated a strange radiator that appeared to be shooting a beam into the sky. Nareth, able to see through the glitches in the current reality, saw that the beam connected to the dome sheltering Twilight Glen from the rest of Swanyan Diva. The party collected Lore and carried her back to the ship, where they saw the dangerous entity Miori Mora had slithered inadvertently closer to their position. In an effort to hide themselves, Suave piloted the ship in such a way to put Swanyan Diva between Ping and Miori Mora, keeping it out of the giant serpent's view for now. Exhausted, our intrepid crew decided to rest for a while. And as we return, they awaken. Hello, crew. How are you this morning?
Tired. Mostly.
Ugly.
You're still
Yeah,
orbiting
I still
Swanyan Diva.
Well, yeah, we didn't want to go anywhere until Lore woke up, did we? We're still figuring out where to set our course for.
Yeah, is Laura awake at this point? I presume they are, considering.
Lore has just woken up.
Okay. Then I'd say Nareth would probably go and, do they come out, or do we just hear them shuffling about their room, kind of a vibe?
No, I think Laura makes a little bit of a scene and a little bit of noise because this is not where she had been. Also, I'm not in my room on the map. Let me.
Oh, you're at the table for some.
Let me get to my room.
Yeah, let's put you in your room. So, Lore, you wake up having been placed in your bed and not recalling how you got there.
Yeah. So that's very disorienting, and I probably sort of get over to the door and look out in the hallway to see if anybody else is around. Why can't I move myself? What did I do? There we go.
Try now. There you go.
Yeah, I was just stuck on a wall. And see if I can't, maybe figure out what the freaking heck. Hello?
Oh, you're awake.
Lore, is that you?
What is going on?
Suavi's gonna stand up and start walking towards them. Hello there! You're
Hello?
finally awake. It's been a
Why?
while.
Okay.
Beats me. But, how you feeling?
Okay, I guess.
You alright? You need water? You need food or anything?
Probably. Why? What happened? Why are we back on ping?
Long
we can
story.
Yeah, we can explain what happened if you want to grab a drink and sit down at the table, because it's kind of a long one.
Sure. And as Laura walks down the hallway to join you guys, she's going to sort of hold her fist up and do like a flourish with her fingers, and from her palm, this sort of darkness sprouts upward and takes on the shape of a winged cat as Fernix gets re-summoned into the current material plane.
Okay. So Nareth would see, I can't seem to move Nareth for some reason, which is very strange. Nareth will go and sit down at the table and will, I think, just start explaining everything, which obviously the player knows everything that happened, but
Really, I didn't see last session.
Oh, did you not? Oh, I thought, forgive me, I thought you'd
I got some of the recap, but
Yes, forgive me.
okay.
So if that's the case, then the summary is as with the recap. I'll say this out of character, just because Noreth's voice does destroy me eventually. But I'll say that words. Oh my god, I've lost all capacity to say words in this moment. What are words? So yeah, basically what Nareth would say is that we discovered that none of it was essentially real, but we didn't exactly discover the full reality of it, but we were all creeped out, and therefore we're like, cool, none of us want to stick around, so we'll just go back to the ship, and if Law wants to go back down, we can discuss that later. And we also noticed a few other bits and pieces, like the giant eldritch horror that's floating around nearby is moving towards one of the nearby planets. But beyond that, that's pretty much how Nareth would describe it, just with a lot more umming and ahhing.
I mean, I still have my beard. This appears to be a permanent feature now. I can still do my wing stuff.
Have you been able to summon things with your mind on the ship?
No. Ever since we left, that seems to be a bit more of a struggle, which is a shame. But did pick up a few cool things on the way, though.
I will hold out my hand and try to summon that heart again.
Which one?
The original first heart.
Roll me a wisdom throw.
Oh. Character sheet. Attributes. Wisdom. Just a wisdom save or a wisdom check?
Check.
Check. $19?
Nothing happens.
Alright. Well, it sounds like the planet itself may have had some sort of either naturally occurring or perhaps manufactured there psychic energies.
Yeah, there was a bunch of concentrated crushed starworm juice everywhere, and it was like old and stale and not fizzy poppy.
That was very strange as well, I will say.
It is odd that they were using your Rothian ships. The engines.
That's the thing is we
Yeah.
just couldn't figure out what was going on there. That's the thing.
Jane,
Yeah.
do the Rothians do experiments on people?
No, we don't. Why? Why would we do anything with like? Well, I mean, most roaches think that they're like a higher form of life, so
Why?
you know, there's that moral superiority. So that they don't want to test on things lower than them. We just would sacrifice. We've never done tests.
Okay, experiment is the wrong word. I'm sorry. I meant, you know, the way you grow a thing specifically to eat it.
No. No, we don't do that.
No, aren't the Rothians sort of like intergalactic ravagers? Just like
Yeah, we don't. That sounds like an amoeboid thing.
yeah, it does sound a bit more like an amoeboid thing about the whole
It was Rothian technology, which maybe the Meeboids used, but I'm just curious as to if the
Wait.
Rothians had at any point in time attempted to create their own psychic harvesting, production, consumpmption, without
from
needing
living.
to ravage people, so that it was maybe easier.
No. So there's a lot of fun to be found in ravaging the people. So you know, I don't think we've. Yeah, it's why you know it's extra work. That would take a lot of time and a lot of manpower and alien power and dem power. We don't care about that stuff. You know, yeah, that doesn't seem like half as much fun as just finding a planet to take everything off of and throw into a furnace.
Yes, but it could provide a sudden boost in
Yeah,
resources.
I understand, but we just didn't do it. I'm just saying that's not the case. They weren't even accurate with the furnace. They were missing like half. They were missing a primary part, which is like where you put the fuel in. So I think it's some ripped off stuff. It's not even accurate. But no, we don't do experiments. We just put people in furnaces.
like I do have to question the furnace thing. Like I know that the way you described it was like you were using the bodies for fuel, but you were very focused on specifically the furnace thing.
Yeah, we put the bodies
are
in
you
the
telling-
furnace to make fuel.
Are you telling me you don't like use the bodies for anything else? Because I'm sure there's plenty of non-body based fuel sources you could be using, and that would make the
No.
Rothians a lot more socially acceptable.
We're not trying to be. That relies on the assumption you think we care about being socially acceptable. You're funny.
Right.
I know you don't care about being socially acceptable,
I
but
mean,
it does feel like...
I'm just telling you. I grew up a road here. You guys haven't been on our ships, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Just saying. Just saying. We just want to kill. We just want to kill and feed people. We're not going to do experiments. We're not trying to be accepted. Why would we want to be accepted by people lower than us? That's weird.
No, I know that, but it just feels unnecessarily aggressive to use bodies. Like
Yeah.
uranium,
I don't know how to explain it to you.
gasoline, wind
Yeah.
power. Just
I'm not sure why you guys are
Slight
lecturing me about Rothian stuff. You guys think I give a crap? You don't even talk to me anymore. They want to kill me. Gee, yeah.
no, it's more of like social questioning, you know?
Right, slight change of topic to try and save our friendships here. Yeah, whether or not it was actually Rodian technology, it was obviously Rodian inspired, which means that Rodians have been out this side of the universe.
Maybe. Or they were maybe ones that had their technology stolen from them, and then this planet, once infused with it, had gotten moved. Doesn't necessarily mean the Ruthians were here. The planet could have been this way once it arrived.
That is a good point.
It does, however, raise a question, which is why I was asking about for Jane. If this was something where the Rothians were attempting to develop a new source for a large bolstering of psychic energy because there was a plan of some sort that they wanted to have a sudden increase in resources available, considering that it does take a good bit to make it happen, they might be looking for it.
I mean, I'm not entirely certain that those people there were even real. Like, that's the thing.
Or
I
the
don't
way
think
you
any of it was.
said it.
Why?
They weren't. They were the manifestations of the 1-2 people that were real, and those 1 and 2 people came after the fact. So they're not even part.
That still doesn't explain all the people in tubes we saw in Hichiago. What were those?
I didn't really get a chance to look at them.
No, neither did I, but I don't think that's something just a couple of people would manifest as everyone sleeping in tubes.
Unless those people are sort of batteries
But for what?
for their psychic capacity. Rather than having a drawer that you throw a body into, you have a tube that you stick the person in. And rather it being a one-time use in a drawer, it is a multiple length use in the thing that grows them. While they are growing and existing, you get to pull the psychic energy off of them. I didn't get the chance to look at it. I don't know.
But in that case, are those people real?
As real as Jane.
I don't like the tone of your voice.
I don't think it's fair to say that they're as real as Jane, though. Like, that's...
I'm leaving. I'm not even gonna give you guys the validation of this conversation. I'm done. You guys, whatever. I'm going to bed.
I think Jane is severely misunderstand the point that I was trying to make, but that's okay.
Jane is a clone. Those people were likely also clones. They might not have had a material body, though, if they were there for the purposes of psychic works. And so when they were on the non-Hitago side, it was different.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, though, like, there's no... I know this is going to sound really strange, but I don't think it's worth us really going back either way, because whether they're real or not, we can't take the risk that anything we get there is just not worth it. Like, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Because, like, we need to find a way of surviving, of getting back, of doing something with our lives, and I feel like until that place becomes a bit more relevant, it just feels like we're just going to be wasting our time, you know what I mean?
Well, the things on the planet seems possibly not very helpful unless we were to take an engine or some of the side use. But the things in Hitago could possibly be real.
But that feels like a thing that we
point-
come back to when we need it, not like
I
a thing
point
that
at
we just...
Flavi's beard and I'm like, pretty real.
Pretty real, but from what we figured out, it seemed as though everything that we were interacting with there was, well,
To the extent
Taken.
of what you interacted with.
yeah,
Did
but
you-
we covered everything in there. We went to every single area of Hichago, and it was just...
The only thing I
On
can
the
think
other
of
side.
is that if we were able to figure out how that sort of simulated reality came into being, if we could make a miniature version of it on our ship for some sort of recreational VR rig or something, that'd be pretty fun.
Be interested in going back to that radio station and taking the equipment that they use to be able to get into that location, because that location is probably some other dimensional space, and we would be able to simply gain the portal access point.
I don't fancy dealing with that, crystal maze junk golem type shite again, though.
No, that makes sense. I think it's worth for us just, if we can think of a use for it, we go back. Otherwise, I think it's better for us to get an idea of our surroundings.
Go back, you speak as if this might not just be gone. There is a thing out there that could eat it.
Yes, but right now it's not going nearby, and we can keep a fairly close track of where it's going.
Do you
Like-
really think that we would be able to respond faster than it?
I think so.
So if you want us to just leave you there, we can. You're like obsessed with it.
I thought you weren't part of this conversation anymore, Jane.
Fine.
Yeah.
Really, I'd just
That's
be
what I
interested
thought.
in gaining those access points, those VR headsets.
I mean, but will those access points work outside of the city anyway?
It would be interesting to find that out.
But are they willing to give up one of theirs? That's the thing to consider.
If they're not even real, why does it matter? We just take it.
Because even if they're not real, they can still fight us. Like, that's not an impossibility.
Well, and no one really seemed self-aware of their own lack of reality. You know, if they aren't real people, they certainly act like it and think like they are. So,
Well,
if we start calling them fake people, they're probably not going to shine to that very much.
I don't know why anybody would go up to somebody and call them a fake person. No, the one individual was very frightened already as it was. You keep them in this scared place in the back while we convince the other person that this will further their research.
Yeah, I mean, we could go back. I'd be very curious to get an idea of what's at all these other locations, to be honest. But if you think there's
want to be
something,
able to possibly bring this with us. This seems like the one thing in the whole setup, other than possibly one of those psychic engines, that would be worth possibly keeping.
Well, I'm down to do whatever the group's got to do. I'm in no rush to get home, so I'm alright with just pissing about until my life's over. Whenever that may be. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Well, are we going back then, or what?
I mean, I'm very neutral about it. I just don't really. I don't see how it. I don't expect the headset to work. But if people want to go, I think there's no harm in it. We can go.
Like to see if we can give it a try. I would like to be able to keep a connection to Hitago. I think that it could be.
I think it's playing with fire a bit. But if you want to go, we go. That's what I'm happy to go with.
Being afraid of everything doesn't get you anywhere. We play
It's
with
not
fire.
necessarily even that I'm
Fire.
afraid of it. It's just that I think it's. I mean, I guess I am afraid of it, but I don't know. It's maybe
Look
I'm
at
not from some parallel universe or whatever. But,
Look, right in the back end, the middle of fucking nowhere in space. No idea where we are, just the four of us. YOLO.
We kind of are possibly in the parallel universe, actually, Nora. And that's what this might be.
I don't think it is. I think it's some psychic construction. I don't know how magic works, but it feels like
The
it's
whole
not
thing?
real, but not like technologically based because it has no logic. None of it makes any sense.
This whole thing, or it is probably some sort of pocket dimension demi-plane created by something, and it is pulling things here, but it doesn't mean it's not real.
Well, I go grab Jane then, and pass on the verdict of where we're going.
Just to grab that, and then we come right back, and we can decide where next to go.
Alright. So I was gonna head off.
Oh,
And then as Suave leaves, Lore turns to Nareth and goes, "So, I passed out,
yeah.
and you've passed out.
Sounds about right.
The other two haven't necessarily passed out.
Well, Suave was a bit funny for a while.
Bit funny, but not the same.
Yeah.
Nareth, I understand you might not like this, but you have to kind of deal with reality to an extent. You have magic, and this place may very well contain a lot of psychic energies. And this is intersection between the two is what I study. And if my magical capacity is possibly causing the bouts of unconsciousness that we've experienced, you with your own, it could be a problem.
I mean, don't know if it's necessarily exactly like. Okay, I admit, yes, weird things keep happening. Yes, I'd be interested in seeing exactly what's going on with all of that, but I don't know if it's magic, you know what I mean?
I watched you do the same magical spell production I've done. You've tapped the magical weave and exercised the same outcomes I've done.
I mean, I don't know. Weird things keeps happening, but I never learned magic. That's not how magic works. I know you've got to learn magic. That's not how it
No.
works.
That's not how magic works.
Oh, that's why I hate it then, because if you don't even if you don't even have to learn it, what's the bloody point?
The bloody point is that it is there. It is just like all the other levels we have. The level of material items that make up our flesh. We have the level of psychic energies that consist of our mind and our personalities and our will. And we have the levels of magic. They're part of it. Some people better in different levels.
No, it just doesn't sound right. Like, it sounds make-believe. I don't know. Never mind. Just ignore me.
Do you have magic as make-believe, or that magic in general is make-believe?
No, I know that magic is real. I'm not an idiot. It sounds ridiculous, honestly. I just don't want to think about it. Maybe later we can discuss it. Right now, I feel like I'd rather just focus on what's actually happening, I guess.
Jane, as you lay in bed with Donovan, you hear a knock on your door.
What?
Hi Jane.
Hello.
We're thinking of maybe going back down onto that planet so that Lord can experiment with some of the stuff there.
Of course, because Laura wants to experiment on everything and accuse the Rodians of doing it. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
Hi, are you all right?
I don't understand how many times I had to tell them what I knew and they just weren't listening. I know that my people have a really bad reputation, but I don't know what I've done to just be treated like that. That was bullshit, Suave. Not you. You know what I mean. Anyway, that's fine.
Do you want to talk about it? Can I get you anything?
No. No. I'm okay. Let's just go, I guess.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. There's not much you can do about it. I would throw people in furnaces, but I'm not that kind of Rodian anymore.
If you say so.
I mean, it'd be funnier if I could throw a furnace at someone, I think. But you know, do what you can.
There are spells that could help you do that.
I don't do magic, but thank you.
There are magical items that could help you do that.
Magical furnaces?
Those likely, yes, as well.
That's cool. Maybe we'll find one someday.
And then you can throw it at someone.
Let's go.
Alright.
Oh. I wonder if that thing is cracked open all the way yet. Maybe we can just go through the hole.
What hole? What?
Oh, it was like this weird like barrier outside of all the imaginary hallucination stuff, and it was like cracking open when we left.
The barrier?
Yeah, it was a barrier.
The
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Yeah.
was cracked
like-
when you were leaving.
Yeah, when we were leaving, we even crawled out of it to get back to the ship. You guys don't remember that?
Was that localized?
I don't know. It was there was like a stream of that nasty, like flat cyworm stuff, and then there was the cracks, and it was seeping into the hallucination area. I assume everything was a hallucination since it didn't make sense.
Was it a growing crack?
It looked like it, yeah.
Right. GM,
Mhm.
can I pull up like sensor information from where we're at, or do I need to go to a thing?
You can pull up sensory information from right here. Yeah, everything. You're actually, it's a nice transition to what I hope works. Do you guys have vision on this?
Getting there, maybe it's loading.
We'll see.
Loading overworld.
Mm.
I'm at 69.
That's
Nice.
appropriate for
I like
Suave.
that
That's-
very
yep,
specific.
that's where Suave belongs.
Yeah. I see it.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm still at 67. Oh, there we go. Just
There we
jumped.
go. Very nice. All right. Yeah, I see stuff.
So this is what the center of your table looks like.
Fields
This is what it
green.
shows you.
Ooh, there's Miyamura. Okay. Miorimura?
Mm-hmm.
That is
North.
the horrifying snake entity.
It is.
Yep. Can I ask the sensors to scan Suave and Diva and see if that dome city place that we've detected before is still present?
Yes, you can. Scanning. And you hear a shrill beep for a moment as Saya just appears to go. Well, not sentient, she's already sentient, but like an old internet dial-up tone almost. Like
okay.
that kind of sound. No
Everybody
anomalies
covers their ears.
detected.
Wait, does that mean there is nothing on the planet? Like, what does this mean?
No anomalies detected. Life signs minimal. That's what the scan says. And when you look, it said the information has changed from reporting several hundred vital signs to less than 10.
And the information that would have compared when we'd scanned and detected that like dome city place, is that information now missing? Like gone?
You can't even tell where it was in the first place. It all looks just dusty and cracked. You can see a readout, a small readout of the shape of the planet, essentially, at a distance. And as you look over the surface of the planet, everything looks like that yellow-red, rusty color of dust that you landed in. You don't see any of the actual roads, you don't see buildings, you don't see vehicles, none of that.
I look at everybody else.
Uh-oh.
One question: Have
Oh,
we ever
wait,
scanned for any other ships in atmosphere in orbit with us?
Not here.
It might be worth it because if Hichago is a ship that we somehow VR our way into, which makes no sense anyway. If it is a
Based
ship
on the
of
other
some
side of
kind, we
it.
may be able to find it physically.
Yeah,
The only other thing I can think of is that I don't know. A lot of those life signs before were some of the tie worms we fucked up, and now we've killed a bunch of them.
But we haven't killed several thousand or several hundred. We killed like 30 at most.
Also,
Yeah, fair.
we detected that city dome before. It's gone now.
The
You
dome is
see,
gone.
on the as
That
the
can't be good.
center transitions back to the general ping scanning, there are two items, celestial body items, that appear to be or could be potentially ships. One of them is you've already identified as Sonair Prison, the Dwarven Mall ship, and the other looks to be a lead box roughly the space of 2 high terras large. But it's a box. Those are the only items within Ping's scanners right now that could be anything other than a planetoid or an asteroid or non-spherical shaped, potentially a ship things. 2 of them.
Okay, so we're alone here. That's good.
What's this one up here? Forgive me.
Other than that big space serpent fucking thing.
Well,
Which one?
tips-wise.
The one that I'm the one at the top, the circle at the top. Is that a planet or a vehicle?
Planet.
Planet. Okay.
That's a planet with minute life signs and it traces of life for the main variety seem to be Arakaka.
Okay. Interesting. Bird folk. Probably would have to try.
What now?
Aarakocra. Bird folk.
I know
Arakaka.
race of the Avira.
Yeah, gee. I thought you said some, like, missed the second R the first time you said it. Jim.
I may have done. It's totally possible.
Truly, the greatest people.
Truly. Cousins to the Avera.
Yeah. Right. So, Law, you wanted to head back down to the surface to try and figure out something with those VR headsets. Did we want to do that quickly? Because if it seems like the city's vanishing and things are going weird, is it worth our time to try?
It's a good question. I'd be interested still to see if I can detect if it is another plane or dimension that we'd gone to. There must be a crossover point.
I'm going to trust you on that. You're the magic one. From my understanding, though, is a lot of it has to be magical because from my perspective and my understanding, it broke too many rules of logic. Like, we entered using headsets, and yet interacted physically, and yet had permanent effects, which only worked on certain people. Like, it has to be magical, you know what I mean? So I'm going to trust you to take lead on that. Either that, or it's technology so far advanced that we think it's magic, because sometimes that happens. But, you know what I mean.
What I'm hearing is that my beard is magical, which I take as a compliment.
Your beard is magical,
It's
Swami.
pretty nice.
Yeah, even I have to admit, it looked pretty good on you.
Thank you. So he's just got a smug little grin on.
Yeah, he does, we know.
Yeah. GM, I seem to have a flaw of some sort. I should have detect magic. I don't.
Yeah, you should.
My stuff isn't alphabetical, so maybe I'm just not seeing it. But I don't see detect magic in here.
Is that a level 1 or level 2 spell?
It's a level 1 spell.
I thought so as well. Huh. Let me put it in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody's amenable to it, Laura would still kind of be interested in maybe we put spacesuits on. Who knows what is happening at this point. If things are, like, breaking apart or whatever. But going down and taking a quick look around with, like, detect magic to see if there's any sort of, like, detectable points where there might be, you know, crossovers with other planes or other detectable things that we could grab and maybe keep.
Okay.
So, yeah, so
Right.
we will head to the teleporter then, I presume.
I think before we go, something we should discuss is some method of reality checking. How are we gonna know what's real and what's not?
Well, we stood in a circle a few times and thought really hard, and that seemed to work.
Alright.
Just blinks at you.
Alright, we'll try that again. Seeing it doesn't seem to be any sort of malevolent thing that would make us, like, think that that other people were there when they weren't really, or try and lead us astray or anything. So, as long as we stick together, I think. No wandering off alone. You know.
That's probably a good point.
Alright, so all of you are going to get into the teleporter and beam back down, correct?
Yep.
Alright.
Beam
Yeah.
me down, Swabby.
You don't land in exactly the same space as you did last time, but that's because you can't find the exact same place that you landed last time. Nonetheless, you find a safe enough patch of craggy land, and you make your landing.
We go
Right.
towards the city.
You can't see
Can-
the
well,
dome
can we
from
see it?
any direction.
Right.
Oh.
You are seeing not the city. You are seeing through the city. Are there any landmarks you can use
Well
to
done.
orient yourself?
There's no landmarks.
Do we
from outside.
recognise anything about this place at all?
Roll me survival. Anybody who wants to.
Alright, we'll give it a go, but. Thanks.
11.
Hey.
Whoa! Jane!
Oh
Wow.
shit, Jane!
What the fuck?
Jane,
Yeah!
Jane the psychic.
Jane, a lot of planets have a north, and you are just naturally predisposed to knowing what direction that is. When you land on a planet, just for some reason, you innately sync up with the poles of that planet and understand which way north is, and you know which direction the dome is, although it doesn't appear to be there any longer. However, you know which way to go, and you can point everybody in that way.
I mean, it's this way, but I don't see it anymore. We can go, but I don't see it.
Let's investigate to see what changed.
Lore. Well, maybe now would be a good time to whip out your detect magic lore and just keep, doing that. Fair enough. Do you need a moment to? I don't know how magic works. Do you need any time or any materials or anything?
There are no material components. Cool. If I take 10 minutes, then I can
Do
have
you
about
have to be
10 minutes.
to be standing, or can we walk and talk and all?
Generally, I have to be focusing on it.
Oh right. I guess we're waiting around for a bit then.
Well, let me see. I'm gonna sit down, actually, in the dirt, and I'm going to open my spellbook on the ground, and it's gonna open to that middle page where there's the 3 sets of like runic language situations on across the 2 pages, and I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to cast Unseen Servant, and as I do so, I'm going to kind of reach into the center of this book and pull a string up out of it, and there's this piece of wood kind of attached to the end, and then I spin it, and everything goes out of vision, but then this, like, not visible, small servant has appeared, and I hand them my book, and so now my book is basically floating.
Very nice.
Then I am going to, let's see. No, it follows me. I don't think I can do that one. All right. I will, with the book floating, see if I can walk and cast, since I'm not holding the book. It's being held by my servant, and I just have to, like, make my feet move automatically, and otherwise can maybe focus on casting the detect magic spell as we walk. I will try.
Okay. I will let you do that, but Laura's going to roll while she's doing this any perception with disadvantage, and I need a perception from everybody.
Perception.
Oh wow, this still really good.
Wait,
Well,
was
I
it
do
disadvantage
have-
to forgive me, or
No, not for you, Nura. Just for Lore. Because they're casting.
I have Phoenix with me, and so Phoenix is probably the one that's like mentally still linked up, giving that actual perception capacity.
That's probably it. Jane, I need one from you as well, please.
Perception, you said?
Yes, please, ma'am. Okay.
You guys,
Everybody proceed about your business.
cool? We go.
No, no. What business?
I will say
Out of
that
character, now I'm very paranoid.
as a Tressum, Phoenix does detect invisibility within, I think it's 30 feet of them. Just as an add-on to things that are happening.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me pull Phoenix on here so that we remember you have him. Why are you so small, buddy?
Because they're a small little kitty.
Teeny
That is
tiny.
very, very small, though.
There we go. Alright. So y'all are walking, and Lore and Phoenix are doing their magicking. When you come to not an exact one like you've seen before, but another pool of that green slime. No radiators sticking out of it this time, but it is undeniably the same thing. Jane, you know from the smell alone.
Oh. It smells like psychic energy.
And Laura, I'll
And not
say,
yours, Thor.
yeah, it is not limey at all. This is oh, it's a different kind of psychic energy. It tastes like kind of like screaming.
Oh.
It's less pleasant.
It tastes bad. Just so you know, it tastes bad. This energy tastes not good. It tastes maybe screamy panicky. I don't know.
Are you much in the way of just tasting any old pool of green gunk you come across?
No, but I'm hungry.
Poor Jane, even if it doesn't,
Well, no.
taste anything with their mouth, psychic energy tends to kind of give you its flavor, whether you want it or not, when you are around it.
Jane?
What?
What happens to the people you eat the psychic energy of?
Why do you guys think that we eat it out of people? We generate it naturally in a machine. No, we generate a machine. We use people to build warships.
Yeah, but you did it with lore.
Yeah, but psychic energies, we don't get it from beings. We have a source in our motherships. It's not made off of people. It's just an infinite recyclable source. I mean, I might not poop, but the energy goes somewhere. Wait, this is really embarrassing.
Stories
No,
are
I'm
that the people are where you pull the psychic energy from.
Yeah, for the last time, it is not.
Okay.
No, I'm
It's just
just
find your
wondering if
stupid dome. I'm ready to get out of here. This place gives me the creeps.
But Jane,
Jane.
Oh, what?
if that's the case, if the psychic energy that the Rossians use is completely separate from...
Listen, I'm just a tax accountant. I don't know. I'm dying. I'm done with this conversation. I just don't know. I told you all I know. I told all of you all I know. What else do you want?
Why wouldn't this planet possibly be able to serve in that same purpose?
I don't know, Laura. I don't even know where we are. I deal with taxes and numbers. Jesus Christmas.
What you do know, Jane, is that you should be there by now. But you're not.
I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be there by now. Do we have to go in a hole? I don't even remember.
We
Yeah,
found the city
where's the moat?
first.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the city had a big, like, crevice canyon type deal around it, though. So where's that?
Yeah.
You're right, it did.
Since near this pool seems to be where there is now searching for this, like we're supposed to be there thing, I do want to squat down at the pool and like, I don't know. I assume that in my belt of many pouches that I probably have some like glass vials and whatever else, and that I might be able to like use a glass rod to poke at the pool of stuff and maybe scoop some into a little beaker or something and kind of inspect it a little bit, try and, I don't know, determine if there are still pieces of people inside of this, maybe.
You can tell that there are no pieces of people inside, but there
Okay.
is a lot of psychic energy that's very volatile. It seems like it was removed from its origin point in a violent way, and that has given it the flavor and aromas that it gives to psychic individuals.
Occurs to me, are there pieces of worm nearby, maybe?
Probably. Give me perception. And are you still casting, or has your spell finished?
I mean, I thought it finished once we got here.
Okay.
I guess I should have asked how much time has passed.
Yeah, it's been definitely over 10 minutes. Your spell's done by now.
Okay. So if there's anything magical, it will glow. And I will be able to know that it is a magical thing. You said perception check?
Yes. Does psychic fall under the umbrella of magic?
That
It
is,
is a type of damage, but
yeah. So lore-wise and mechanically, older editions did have the distinction, but fifth edition is leaning quite heavily towards mixing the two.
which is what
Like,
I'm studying.
yeah. So I think mechanically, it's entirely up to you if you want to consider them as separate things.
Mhm.
But things that typically are not meant to be detectable are usually things like monsters that cast spells without components, and therefore it is undetectable when they cast it, that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So, well, for those intents and purposes, then you see this pool glowing.
Okay. But I see it glowing with the psychic energy of magical energy type stuff.
Yes, and also you do
Okay.
see bits of worm viscera here and there scattered around the field. It looks like maybe you just missed them, but there are none immediately in the area, but you see signs that there are worms that live here in the area.
I'm going to lean over to whoever's closest to me, which might be Suave, and bait and say, this might be from the worm.
What? What is it?
Cyworm.
This is
They were
what? This
harvested.
is they're harvested. What? This is Cyworm, or it's Cyworm waste, or what?
Well, based on this particular psychic energy, I would say it probably was harvested violently, and there is no worm left. But this is possibly from worm. Maybe. I still
Right.
kind of feel like this might have been a big farm operation.
Laura, you recall seeing bunches of worms banded together and walking in humanoid shapes in that cave before you passed out.
Mhm.
You think that if maybe several of those banded together, even larger, it's possible.
They could make a big, big creature
Yep.
that then could possibly have produced all of this upon death.
Mm-hmm.
It then does beg the question, I say as I continue to kind of whisper to Suave, what killed them?
Hmm. I'm starting to feel less happy about being back here.
Get examples, and Laura is going to try and like collect up some like vials or bottles or whatever of the psychic viscera juice stuff
Sure.
for later usage and experimentation, because waste not, want not.
I'll allow that. How many vials would you like?
How many can I get? I have the belt of many pouches, which allows me to have many things in each of the pouches, and so I'll fill an
Okay.
entire pouch's worth full of vials and beakers and bottles of this stuff.
Give me sleight of hand then.
Uh-oh. What happens if I touch this, you guys? Have you guys touched this?
Is there any way I can help and grant advantage, or?
You don't need it.
Okay. Okay.
You're able to
I will
scoop
also
very
use Mage
delicately.
Hand.
Oh well, there you go. You use mage hand, and you scoop very delicately. You don't even get any on the mage hand. The mage hand just holds the vial very delicately between two fingers and dips down into the pool, and you see a little wisp of smoke come up off of a drop as it falls down back into the pool. But like you said, waste not, want not, and you have 10 1 milliliter vials.
All right, and put that in my inventory.
Wonder how that'd do when mixed with some of the mushrooms.
Probably pretty bad, Nareth says from across the
Ooh.
pond.
Nah,
I'm
not.
interested in that experiment.
Ah, that's the spirit lore. For science.
You all did watch Jane tear open a psyworm, eat its insides, which were similarly colored, and they appear fine. But that is Jane.
That is Jane.
So, what do you do?
Well, town no longer seems to be here. What's the plan? Nothing seems to be here, even. What's the plan?
Let's walk in that direction just a little bit further, where the radio station would presumably be, and then
Oh,
I guess give up.
alright.
Do we even have a specific idea as to the exact location as to where this radio station would have been?
Well, if
Oh,
this is
vague
the edge of
idea.
town, maybe that way-ish.
Do we see any like remnants of the machine that was at the dump at all, or?
Roll investigation for me.
Oh, yeah. We.
Not
17.
only do you not see that machine, you don't see asphalt, you don't see grass, you don't see trees, you don't see light.
I don't think there's gonna be anything here. Like, even the radio station, or even that weird machine with the gunk coming out of it that was at the dump. I'm not seeing any of that, and like, it wasn't that big of a town. I'm pretty sure we've kind of crossed over half the distance of it already.
Right.
We'd have seen something.
I mean, people probably still here that were real people, but yes, it appears with the infrastructure and possibly things of interest might be gone. I was hoping to get a sense that we might be near that radio to detect if there's anything there.
If you want to keep looking, we can keep looking, but I don't see anything.
Have we managed to get to a point where we would have been in what would be pretty close vicinity to where we think the radio might have been?
Roll survival for me.
11.
It feels like you're close. Well, this is about it. I mean, you remember walking east and then south a little bit and then east again. This feels like you should be somewhere close by. But then there was that
Okay.
whole gap that you never crossed, and you feel a bit backwards.
Well, I will do a kind of a spiral search pattern with the detect magic up. I'll recast it if I need to see if I detect anything in a vicinity region, and then I'll quit, I guess.
Alright, so you put your detect magic up and you walk the vicinity, and you get several of those pools of green as you walk around, and down in some of the holes, if you dare to look closely, you get
Mhm.
some similar detection of magics, but other than that, nothing. And I need everybody to make a perception check for me.
Okay, perception. I love being terrible at perception. Although Jane's not doing too hot right now.
No kidding, wow.
I got my 20. I'm not gonna get any
Oh.
more of the rest of this game.
Nah.
Oof.
I got a 2 plus 3.
Ooh, alright. Loricus, you noticed it because you happen to be looking down the hole. There is something slithering up the hole at you. And you know what that shape is.
Is it a psyworm?
It's a psyworm.
Okay. As it comes up, I am going to tap the necklace. It's a necklace, right? Yes. Tap the amulet that I'm wearing
Mm-hmm.
to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. You cast Comprehend Languages.
So I can understand what it is saying, but it can't necessarily understand me. But I will turn to Jane and go, can you telepathically tell the Psyworm we are trying to figure out what's going on?
I can only talk to humanoids.
Oh.
I think.
Well, Gru.
If
Cool.
it speaks Common or Rosian, I can try, but I can't make any promise.
Please, try.
I give it a try. I don't know if it works on
Oh.
Skyrim, so. GM, I'll leave that up to you.
You give it a try, and are you trying to communicate to it, or are you trying to hear it?
Just to it. I don't think I can hear it. It's not part of the power. I could just talk to them.
What are you trying to say?
So what am I supposed to tell the worm?
We're just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Oh, I guess just ask him like, or tell it like, hey, we're trying to figure out what's going on. Where did the dome and everything go?
Okay. You see this worm crawling out of the hole, and Swavi, Nareth, do you two do anything?
I mean, Nareth really is just kind of staying back and observing. Law was the one that was interested in examining all of this, so I think that she's just gonna sort of stay back and watch.
Swavi?
Sorry, what's the question? My brother briefly popped in to say hello.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, brother. You see a psyworm emerge from a hole, and Jane and Laura are trying to communicate with it. What do you do?
Did either of them use the amulet of communication?
I did.
Yes.
You did, so that's been tried. In
Well-
that case,
Tried as
Well-
in I activated it and then asked Jane to have it psychically say things to it because I don't know that it can understand us out loud. But I know that it can speak because I've heard it before. So that's what I'm hoping for.
You have heard it. You've heard it think.
Oh, it was a thinking speak. Okay, well, either way.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Suavi's got a hand on one of his pistols in case shit goes down. He ain't gonna try anything else, and he isn't drawing either of them.
Okay.
He's just standing there at the ready.
Loricus, with that 20, even though it's a dirty 20, I'm still gonna say you see this thing coming out of a hole and immediately, upon seeing its body language, understand communication is not what it wants. It's looking to decide which one of you to strike at.
Okay. I don't think I have like calm emotions or anything. Darn.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Have we classified as having long rested? I don't
Yes.
know if...
Yes, you
okay,
have long
cool.
rested.
Let me...
Oh, yeet. We got the same initiatives.
Not letting me click initiative, so I'm just cool.
Now you got 21, apparently. Wait, everyone's got 21. What? What are the chances?
Okay,
No,
you
that's
guys.
wrong.
Laura, you better get 21 or else you're part of the stinky club.
But
Okay.
my dice didn't roll at all, though.
Don't know what's happening. We'll see. Foundry, you wanna... Wow,
Go
wow.
on. 21.
What is this?
21.
Nope.
Aww.
What
No,
the hell, you
this is part of the
guys?
stinky club.
I
Stinky boy.
proved there isn't a broken thing happening though.
Okay,
All rules
then.
get 21s forever, including the enemies.
Does your Tressum get a roll, or does it go right
How
after
many
you?
How many fucking sideworms are there?
It does not seem
Ah.
to have an initiative button, so I think it's supposed to act on its own per the spell, but it does not have an initiative button.
I can roll it one, but I'll have it go right after you.
Well, what's its dex? Initiative is just dex, isn't it?
It's a +2.
Oh, that was an accident. I did not
21.
intend that. Whoopsies.
Oh wow!
The
Tressum's
Tressum's in
part
on
of
it.
Oh my
Part of the
god.
shiny club. It's just Lorcas. It's in the stinky club.
Y'all.
I think we prefer
Who's
Lorcan
14?
Tressum right now.
I was gonna maybe cast sleep on these things, but
Yeah, who's the pet now? Tressum's got you beat.
What? That is...
Jane, it is your turn as this Psyworm starts to emerge from the hole and come at Lore. And Suavi, actually. both of them.
Oh no. Scared emotionator noises.
I'm gonna pull out my boomstick. I'm gonna roll the gun, I guess.
Roll the gun.
That's my girl. Hey!
That hits.
And damage it.
Oh, Jane, you hit that Psyworm and it stops moving instantly.
I did it.
You absolutely did. It is dead. And it is the Tressum's turn. As it sees this dead Psyworm, and yeah, you're in initiative already. You can hear other Psyworms hurriedly burrowing up through their holes and coming towards you. You don't know where they are yet, but you know they're on their way. What do you have your Tressum do?
it will hold its action, and as an action, it will choose the first worm creature thing that appears, as long as it is within 60 feet of it, and that target will need to make a charisma saving throw as it does the Eye of Horror at it.
Ooh, okay. Remind me about that just after Nareth's turn, because that's who's going to go next, and then it'll be a Psyworm. So that's when that'll
Got it.
happen. Awesome. Tressum held. Nareth, what are you going to do?
Well, we don't know that there's any more coming. We saw one that was attacking us, and we have no sign of any extras coming, correct?
You can hear slithering.
Hear 'em.
We can hear slithering. Okay. Nareth isn't near any holes directly, so I think that Nareth is just gonna get a gun out, get the phaser out, and be ready to fire.
Alright, Nareth is firing at the first thing she sees.
First worm, that is a clear shot.
Okay. Then it's this worm's turn, and it starts to emerge from behind the rock over here from this hole. Let's see, it can get right here.
Question, is it day or night? Because right now it looks as though that I've only got limited vision because it's night or something.
There is no light here. You
Cool,
cannot
good to know.
see light whatsoever. Oh, and that is that worm's turn. Is that within your Tressum's field of view?
The Tressum has dark vision, so I think so. Yes.
Yes, that
Yep.
is. So it needs to make a charisma
Okay.
saving throw?
Yes.
Ah, that's a critical failure.
Nice. All right. So I can't get it to populate into the thing, the whole bit of it, but it takes a d6. That's 4 points of psychic damage, and it can't move closer until the end of its next turn.
Well, it can't do anything because it's very dead now.
Oh well.
Suave, you see this worm come slithering towards you, and then you hear from behind you the sound of Laura's Tressum, and this worm just stops dead in its tracks, deflates, and almost seems to melt into the ground. It is your turn.
that growling sound that cats make when they're mad goes "Row," and then it is dead.
Right. I can see a bunch more of them. So can I hear any more slithering up the hole?
You can. Not that one necessarily. You hear more coming from the direction that the one that the Tressum just killed.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see them just about because they're in my dim vision field. So I'm gonna use 30 feet movement to head closer to them. There we go. And I'm gonna roll to gun.
Roll to
But also, thank you for reminding me earlier. Does this I have this thing now. I have a rogue shit.
Ooh. It has not had
Yeah.
a turn yet.
Hell yeah! And I have advantage, therefore I have sneak attack.
Nice. Roll it.
Woo. So,
Assassinated. Which one are you assassinating? The upper or the lower one?
the one closer to me, so the lower one.
Okay. Yeah, that is in your sight.
It's more than 30 feet away, so would that even out to just be a normal attack? Or do I have advantage no matter what?
No, you
how are
still
you
have
ruling it?
advantage. Yeah, you
I still have
advantage.
fair. Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
Why
Oh!
did I roll 3 times?
Hey.
That was triple advantage, which isn't real.
Why? What? But what did I press?
Well, your
Why?
second one was the 20 anyway, so you still got
Yeah,
it.
I got a crit. Wow. Okay.
I had no idea you could click on it to see which dice rolled which.
And I get sneak attack damage. That shit's fucking dead. Wow.
Yes, it is.
Also then gets doubled for the
Okay.
crit. Yeah. Like super
Yeah.
obliterated. Jesus.
And
How many
and then there's my
cyborgs do
sneak
you
attack
have?
damage. Yeah. I don't know. Is there any way I can shoot a bullet through the both of them, get them in a line? Cause yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I mean, you criticaled, and they are in a line, so how about you roll your
And this is
offhand?
assassination.
Roll your
Yeah,
offhand, and
alright.
it'll go to the other one.
That's got advantage as well, right?
It sure does.
Jesus. Assassin, my dude.
Oh,
Why
why
it rolled 3
again?
times again? Why is it doing? I shouldn't have. Why? What's it?
Well, your second one was the 18, so you still get to keep it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll figure that out. I don't know.
So because of assassination,
Oh, you get
it
triple.
still acts. Well, so assassination will let you hit your score as a critical hit. So your damage comes up as critical hit damage, not the attack, but the damage still gets it as that.
Wait. As well, do I get for my critical on my action with my normal gun? Do I get critical sneak attack damage as well? Is that a thing?
Yes.
So I should roll a third time for the sneak attack damage.
Well, no, you don't triple it. You just roll it the one time.
Yeah.
They get
Roll
4d6
twice.
for sneak attack damage, so they would roll 4d6 for critical
Yeah.
sneak attack damage. Yes, but
Yeah,
Suave,
so-
look, wait, Suave, because you're assassinating these, your gun is doing critical damage even though you didn't roll a 20.
Yeah.
So you're still, again, on this off hit, doing critical damage, so you roll again.
Yeah.
Also
Wait,
for the
what?
gun. Yes, that is that's what assassinate says.
Bobby, just roll with it. Just kill it. Just shoot the thing.
Yeah.
Take it. Don't question it.
On the first turn, you basically can crit against as many things that you can possibly hit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I've not as anyone can tell, I've not played an assassin before, so this is all very cool. So 19, then 27, then 33, and then 43 damage.
You have beyond murdered both of these. They are just dust in the wind now from your hail of bullets.
Well,
they are dead.
What
Deleted them from the timeline.
Is there any way that I can get this wormy dude behind the rock, or is he covered by the rock?
He's under full cover.
He's under full cover. Okay, that's fair. The other guy as well. All of them are taking cover like fucking coward ass wimpies.
They haven't had a turn yet. Is that your turn?
I guess.
I guess I'm done murdering.
Assassin, right? Oh, you guys are still standing over there behind cover. You're such cowards because I attacked you before you even knew you were under attack.
I got places to fucking be, so I ain't got time for the enemies being little bitch boys.
So good.
They're coming for you, Suave. But they can't move that fast. Lorikis, it is your turn.
Okay, I can't see shit. I don't know what's going on anywhere.
You just hear Suave firing into the dark and like, pew, explosions and air!
Yeah, so I think that's enough of a hint that I can, like, reasonably move towards Suave. I still don't really see anything but some dead bodies. Is my dark vision not at the right level?
It should be. How much dark vision do you have?
I have 60 feet of dark vision, but I think my token's only doing 30.
Oh, you're right. There you go.
Aha! There we go. I still mostly just see the dead body.
You see this guy down here coming towards Suave from across the lake of goo.
Yes, and I also see this guy over here behind the rock. Nope, I don't see him because he's behind a rock. Okay, so I see this guy. I will use my mind sliver on it. So that is still that is an intelligence saving throw that I need it to do.
You got it. Oh, it fails. Sadly.
Fantastic. Alright, it is gonna take 2 points of psychic damage, and the next saving throw it makes against a thing is going to have a d4 subtracted from it.
Alright, I put a little symbol on there. Hopefully we'll remember it. Its turn is right before yours, so I should.
Okay,
Is that your turn?
that is my turn.
All right. That Psyworm is very dead. This one's alive, though. Go on, little buddy. Slither to your meal.
Slither to your doom.
And that's all it can do. Here comes you. That's all you can do. Aren't you useful? You're dead. Maybe, if you want to get out of the hole, please. There we go. And this little guy. There we go. You see them beginning to move, coming out from the rocks and the holes surrounding you, up from the craggy earth. These worms start wriggling, and some of them have gathered into masses, writhing together in humanoid forms, stalking towards you, just arms stretched out wide, looking for food. Jane, it is your turn.
Come on, Jane, you can do it.
I need to move because I can't see anything right now. I don't see it. Where is it from? Like, can I hear it? Can I tell where it is? Or
Roll perception for me. You heard one over here, down here, a lot over here.
I'm gonna step over here then. I see that guy,
You do.
and I'm gonna roll the gun on him.
Roll to gun.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that twice. There you go.
That's okay.
Oh.
It is a miss, unfortunately.
But I'm gonna take my second or my sneak attack thingy, whatever it's called, the secondary attack thing I can do.
You're offhand.
I'm gonna
Yep.
try one more time.
Go for
I'm gonna
it.
try one more time. You. Oh.
Yep. No, that's a hit.
Oh, okay. Cool. Hit it.
Nice for 7 damage.
Leo! And I pull my gun out, I shoot, and I go, I rolled your gun. But I don't say, that, obviously.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Lord, it is your Tressum's turn.
I think that the Tressum is going to probably move over towards me and do its thing again with the how many times can I do that? With the eye?
I believe it's just a feature, or does it have like per short rests?
Well, it normally is based on how many psi points get spent.
Oh.
So that's how it gets limited, is based on psi points.
Person. One creature you can see within a... You know, I'm gonna say he can do that. I haven't made a ruling for it, so he can just do it for now. And if I need to
Okay.
change it later, then we'll retcon it. But for now, he can just do it.
Okay, it is still basically a level 1 thing because he's only doing 1d6 of psi damage, and
Yeah.
that's the part that generally would go up. So, yeah, I think that Phoenix is just going to try and protect Lore from this guy that's closest here, and is going to do an Eye of Horror on them. So, I need a charisma save.
Oh, they're just so good at those.
See, I've got all their good stats picked out to attack. So then we do 5 points of damage,
Nice.
and it cannot move closer until the end of its next turn.
Ooh, okay. It's scared of you.
Fernix just being a big old fluffy cat.
Awesome. That one's scared of you. Got it. Is that Fernix's turn? Okay, Nareth, it is your turn, and
Right.
nothing has entered your field of vision yet.
No. She's gonna move here and then see that. Over here, that little friendly-looking fellow on the bottom right, and okay, she's got a bit of distance between her and him, so she gives a sort of hesitant look over towards Law, and is going to just kind of go, right, Law thinks I have magic. Sure, okay, and is just going to just point at the worm walker over there, and is just gonna go, no magic, and is going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip.
Go magic!
Please cast
I
that.
I think she is the greatest mage of our generation. As I cast the spell. So I need the worm walker to please make me a intelligence saving throw.
I'm so happy to report that it failed miserably.
Excellent. So it suffers
Jesus!
that much damage. Psychic damage, specifically.
Okay. Alright.
It doesn't get a reaction until the end of its next turn. Furthermore, it gets a choice between movement, an action, or a bonus action.
Oof, okay. God, I love Tasha's.
And then Nareth is just going to walk over to Law and then just very quietly go, okay, I think you might be right about the magic thing.
Laura just nods as she's continuing to like calculate something on the battlefield, kind of gives you a little thumbs up, but is clearly distracted.
Yeah, it's that I'm busy, but yes, congratulations, you realized the obvious, yes.
Yes.
That is beautiful. Is that
It-
Nareth's turn?
That is Nareth's turn, yes.
Jane kind of points over since she's by Larkus, and she points at one of the like psyworm eyes, and she goes, "See, the thing is we don't get psychic energy from psionic beings. We need the biomatter. That's what I was saying. This wouldn't be Rothian. We need the body flesh.
The body
Which is-
flesh.
We need the flesh. These worms aren't fleshy."
Suave, it is your turn.
Right, well, everything's had a turn in combat now, so my assassinate thing doesn't exactly apply. I'm gonna use my movement to go 10 feet up in the air and 20 feet over the lake.
Nice. Alright.
So I'm over here now, but 10 feet up in the air. And, right, let me just double check my features.
Like that Suave's run off so far that Nareth is like, well, I guess he doesn't exist.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
So no one else is engaged with combat with another person yet either, which means I don't get my sneak attack either. So I just roll to gun normally.
Roll to gun normally. Who are you gunning?
The one beneath me,
They're all beneath
the
you.
wormy dude.
All
Okay.
are beneath Suave. He is truly
The
astounding.
worm walker to my southeast.
This one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
One
hits.
at 4.
Wee 4. How's it
Alright.
looking? Is it dead yet, or do I need to shoot it again?
Oh, it's not dead yet. It's very interested in you now that you're
Cool.
flying.
Yeah, well, keep that interest and then I can be distracted whilst I completely forget who was shooting at it.
Unfortunately, that's a terrible miss. but it is very
Yeah.
interested in you.
Well, I'm an interesting person, so I can't blame it.
This one down here, this isn't the one you feared, Loricus. This one...
This one has disadvantage, or
Has
has a D4
disadvantage.
subtracted from a saving throw.
Okay.
Otherwise, it is able to be its normal self.
Okay. Alright, it's coming up to you, Jane, and it's going to try to get you. It's going to try and grab you.
Okay. I'm going to. Dude, I don't have a try. Thanks. That's a saving
make a-
dexterity for it.
Yep, make a saving throw. It does not succeed, so it tries. It reaches out with its wormy arms to wrap around you, but you manage to duck out of the way, and it does not grab you. And that's its turn.
I love the phrase "wormy arms."
Wormy arms. Loricus, it's your turn.
All right. So. I think what Laura's gonna do. Yeah, so Laura's gonna the unseen servant is still holding her spellbook open. And so it like waddles over in front of her. And she, from that page, kind of swoops her hand up, and a bunch of rose petals kind of come up into the air, and then she sort of sweeps them outward. And she's going to begin to cast, and so I'm holding my action to cast Sleep at 2nd level, and I'm going to center it right about here once the further back worm has come forward. And so I know this worm is probably also going to move forward, but it's when this further back worm moves up. The idea is then I'm going to try and catch those 3 creatures in my radius. They're a little too spread out right now, so I'm holding my action.
Okay. So what's the sphere of influence for Sleep?
It is a 20-foot sphere.
20-foot sphere, okay. So as soon as this one moves into the range to make all 3 of these fit in a 20-foot sphere. Got it.
Mhm.
Well, it's his friend's turn first, and it's gonna slither towards... Oh, no, not you. Not you! It's gonna slither towards Suave and try and get him, but he is in the air, and it can't get to him, so...
Mhm.
It's going to waste its turn just writhing under Suave angrily.
Fuck you, landlubbing plebs.
Similarly, this worm walker is gonna try and jump at you. You're 20 feet in the air?
No, I'm 10 feet up in the air. I used 20 feet to move over the lake.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it might be able... 10 feet, it's about 5 feet tall. Can it jump 5 feet in the air? Maybe? Give me a dexterity saving throw. It's gonna try and grab you. And yank you down. But you managed to escape.
22.
It reaches for your ankle with another one of those wormy arms, and it gets right under your foot, and it tries to wrap around and get a hold on you, but it just can't manage to take hold. That's its turn. And now this worm is going to move up. Loricus, it's not actually going in the pool, but it is going in that direction. So I'm going to assume that when it lands here, you're going to... Okay, go for it.
I'm going to do it, and I've gotten an accidental additional. So this other guy, he's going to be inside my 20-foot sphere. So because Suave is elvish, they cannot be put to sleep. So this is fine.
Correct.
So yes, I will cast my spell. I am doing it at 2nd level, please.
Oh, so I thought Suave was half elvish. This is news to me.
Fuck off.
I did it at a higher level. Where didn't you put the stuff up?
I think it's
Where
when it
did
says
you
that other
stick it?
formula. Rolls out at the higher level.
Nope, that's only 5 of those D8. I need 7 D8. Alright, so add these in.
39.
So
Okay.
39 points, it starts with the lowest HP and subtracts out of the 39 and goes up from there.
All
So
right.
the 2 thigh worms are probably going to go, and then we're going to see if there's enough left to take out one of the big ones.
Yep, both psyworms fall asleep. And then that leaves us with 39 minus.
Mhm.
And it goes smallest?
And then whoever has the lesser amount of hit points is the one that the spell targets first for being able to apply the numbers to it.
So then that one goes down as well, and let me make sure my math is right. Okay, yep. So you see those 3 instantly fall asleep.
Nice. It worked. Cool. And that is my spell.
Beautiful.
Yay.
And that is that Psyworm's turn. You are not asleep, okay. But you're not anywhere near anything. You're gonna try. So this one starts moving around the hole. 5, 10. It's coming towards you, Jane, but that's as far as it can get for now. And then
that's all
this
it can
one is
do, right?
asleep. Yep, that's all it can do. That one's asleep, so it's sleeping. Jane, it's your turn.
Okay, so for my first one, I'm going to claw the guy closest to me.
And that one is under the effect of one of Loricus' spells as well, yes?
Oh, that one's asleep? Okay.
No, it's not asleep.
No.
It has a minus D4, correct?
To any saving throws it makes.
Okay. That's a hit. All right. Nice. It still looks pretty sturdy in front of you, Jane. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna use my cunning action to back up.
Nice.
Like here.
Beautiful. Then it is Fernix's turn.
Pernix is going to give this one that's very, very close that Eye of Horror, and so it needs to make an intelligence save.
Can do.
And so it is that it takes the D4 until the end of my next turn, so that has worn off, so it's going to make this intelligence save normally.
Okay. It still fails.
That's still great. 1 damage, but it can't move closer.
All right. Hey, it can't move closer. All right. It is terrified of your Pharynx, and it cannot move closer. Beautiful. I don't know why it put Pharynx at the top of the order, but it didn't need to. Nareth, it is your turn.
Oh, it is. Right. I am going to move here, and I think Nareth is now going to try and a word occurred in my mind. Nareth is going to try and do the same thing she did last time, but she was like, that was a lot of magic. I want to do less magic. And she's going to point at the one next to...
Can I help?
No. It's more of a
Well, I mean, can Laura say a thing, like if you're saying this out loud?
Yeah, actually, I mean, if Law's gonna mention something, yeah, that works out pretty well.
Because you've done a cantrip that I know.
No, I didn't. It wasn't a cantrip that I did last time.
Didn't you do?
Tasha's mind whip. That's a
No, before. So you've done catapult, Tasha's mind whip, which I don't actually know. There's a Was it the mind sliver?
I have done mind sliver, I think.
Yeah. That was the cantrip I recognized that you did
Right.
because you didn't do Toll the Dead. Yeah, so if you say that out loud, Laura might say, "Do that psychic one. The one with your head."
Oh, it's like a kid thing, and she's gonna do Mind Sliver. So there you go. So I need it to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Can do.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, this
Ah!
time.
Still fails. Still fails.
Yay! It fails.
Okay, fantastic. Then it does the damage as per normal.
Mhm.
1.
All right.
Truly an astounding gift.
But it also takes a D4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Yes.
Okay, is that your turn, Nora?
She's gonna move a little bit back, and that's her turn.
Suave, it is your turn, and you have some sleeping worms and a jumpy worm walker underneath you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna raise another 10 feet up in the air.
Nice.
Because I don't enjoy having my ankles grabbed at again. And I'm gonna use 10 feet to move, like, just a bit back here.
Sure.
And then, the jumpy one that's still awake, I'm gonna gun.
Gun him. That's a hit.
Six.
Nice. All right. Starting to look worn down, Suave.
Bonus gun.
That hits.
Ooh, almost a crit. 1 off. 5.
Nice. It is starting to look real messed up now.
Is this the one that was still awake?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, you're gonna get advantage on all those ones I put to sleep. That's why I did that for you, just so you're aware.
Oh, well, they aren't attacking me, and they won't attack me for another few turns
Right.
yet.
But just so you're aware.
Alright, cool. But I'll get rid of the awakey one first, but thank you.
Yes. Got it. Cool.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. It's this friend over here's turn now, and he's terrified of your Tressum, so he can't come any closer to you. So that means he can only go over here a little bit, but any further towards Jade would mean coming towards you, so that's it. That's all it can do. It is your turn, Loricus.
To combo off of what Nareth kind of set up, Lore is then going to, with her book still open in front of her, just sort of like do the twist her hands, displaying them outward as she speaks the Elvish word for pull you to the grave, and those fractal tendrils of necrotic energy spread forward in flower petals to encase this creature as she tolls the dead on it. And I need that wisdom saving throw with a D4 subtracted.
You got it. Hell yes.
That is a fail. So it's going to take, give me good damage, 4. Fuck.
Hey,
It takes
better
4
than a
damage.
1. Better than a 1.
I dealt 1. I think you should be happy with 4.
Okay, that's fair.
Nareth is not getting sold on this magic thing when she's like, I could have done 2 with a gun. I'm just saying, guys.
Is that your turn?
And yes, that will be my turn.
Alright, this Psyworm is still asleep. How many turns are they asleep for?
They are asleep until they get woken.
Oh,
For
wow.
a minute,
okay.
I think,
Isn't
until
it
something damages them or shakes them
minute?
awake.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
a minute,
until
so-
for a minute. I imagine that this combat is going to not like surpass that minute, but yes, technically a minute.
Oh, wow, that's 10 turns. Okay, so yeah, they're
Yeah.
asleep. This Wormwalker, it cannot get to you, Suave, but it doesn't know that, so it's going to try and waste its time jumping at you. This guy's asleep. about you? You are not scared, and you can come at them. Let's see, who are you going to? 5, 10. Jane is closer. Jane, I'm sorry. This worm walker is going to try and grab you.
Great.
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no!
Oh no. Okay. Loricus and Nareth, you both see Jane get grabbed by this wormy mass, and it just seems to be engulfing her entire body. That's its turn for now, but you'll have to spend your turn trying to escape its grapple.
Oh, am I next?
Nope. The other worm walker that's asleep is next, and then Fernix is next.
Fernix is going to keep this one at bay. So we'll do the crown, the Eye of Horror against it again. For that charisma save, please.
You got it.
Oh, close! 1 damage, but now it can't come close.
All right. Keeping it at bay. That works.
Mm-hmm.
Jane, it is now your turn, and you are grappled. I need a dexterity saving throw, please. You all see as Jane disappears inside this mass of worms, and then a second passes, and her claws just emerge from it, and she scrapes herself out and just jumps out from this walker's grasp, and you escape it, Jane, but unfortunately that's your entire turn. Nareth, it is your turn.
Okay. I think Nareth is going to not be very happy about that thing, and is going to just say leave, and is going to and is entirely trying to vocalize every spell that she doesn't know even exists in the first place, and is going to try and essentially dissonant whispers it. Although if the creature is deafened, it automatically succeeds on the saving throw.
Okay. These are not deaf. They can hear.
If they can hear, then it suffers the blow, as you would expect. So I need it to make me a wisdom save, please.
The one in front of Jane or the one closer to Lore?
The one grabbing Jane
Okay.
is what I would say is
A
the
wisdom
most
throw,
likely.
you said?
Wisdom saving throw, yes, please.
You got it. Miserable failure.
Astounding. So it takes
Wow.
7? No. What? Why did it only do 4 damage? I thought it was a 4. Never mind. So yeah, it takes 4 damage and needs to use its reaction to move away, therefore releasing the grapple.
That was terrible damage, but okay. You see Jane emerge from this thing, and immediately it just moves away from her.
Jane, you're so scary.
Is that your turn, Nareth?
It says that it is to move as far as its speed allows away.
Oh, wow. Okay. 5. That's how far it gets then.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Suave, it is your turn.
Is the massive worms that attacked Jane this one down here that's still alive, or did they move?
It was this one over here, which you cannot see.
Which I cannot see. Okay.
You could see it while it was attacking Jane, but it has now left your field of vision.
Yeah, Suavi's not very happy that something attacked Jane, but since they seem to have it handled, he's gonna keep on going at the one beneath him. I think he might move a little bit back towards the party, though.
Suave just flying through the air, graceful as fuck.
Yeah, it's like 25 feet of movement, and I'm not comfortable about hovering over the lake because if something makes me fall down, I don't want to get splattered in it, so.
Yeah, you're pretty high up though, 20 feet in the air. That's hits.
24.
Which one are you shooting?
The awake one across the lake.
Okay.
Again, the same one as last time.
Roll damage. Nice.
5. Is it dead yet?
It looks very fucked up. It looks like it's on its last limb. Literally, it's just a
Well,
leg.
Bonus gun. Sniper monkey.
Bonus. That's a hit.
13.
Oh,
4.
it is barely undulating, Suave, but it undulates nonetheless.
God damn it.
It still undulates forward towards you. Ah. Eat.
Oh, that's just what I sound like when I first wake up. You gotta do your roleplay better, my man. That's my turn.
Okay. This worm walker cannot come any closer to you, so it's gonna try and get you, Suave. But it can't because you're in the air. It's gonna try nonetheless, though. It can't come closer to Jane, and it would have to do so to try. Or it can't come closer to the Phoenix, and it can't to get Jane. So yeah, that's its turn. Lorikis.
Yes. So I think now I can still see this one that was sent away.
Yep, the fleeing one.
Uh-huh. And that one probably should be dealt with. So I'm going to cast Catapult. And I'm going to pick up some of the things that are nearby. I'm basically going to point a finger at like a decent sized rock, and then I'm going to point at the creature and have that rock fly at it, and I need it to make a dexterity save and
Nice.
fail, please. That's a good fail, thank you. And now I am going to cause it to be hit by this rock
Oh,
for 12 damage, right in the face.
you see that walker go down. It's attempting to run away, and all of those rocks just hit it in the back, and the entire mass just stops moving at once.
There we go. Good. Okay. That's my turn.
That's your turn. All right. This bait's still asleep. This one. Oh, he's coming at you, Suave, but you see him, like, pause at the lake as though it doesn't want to walk into it. So it gets kind of close to the edge and frustratedly reaches out to grab at you, but doesn't go into the slimy ooze. That's sleep. That's sleep. It's Phoenix's turn. It is now Phoenix's turn.
Oh, right. Sorry, that's mine. I totally was like, oh, waiting on you. Phoenix will. Phoenix will. I mean, there's still a chance this guy might try and turn around, so is gonna give it its little eye of horror. Try and keep it at bay.
Smart idea.
Aha, barely. Ooh, 4 damage. And you stay back.
It is horrified and it will stay away. As this undulating mass, this one too is starting to look very weary, but it's still trying to claw up towards Suave. Jane, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to roll the gun.
Let's roll to gun. That is a miss, unfortunately.
I roll good. I roll real good.
But you still have your offhand.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I was
That one
rolling
hits.
good. Ooh. I thought that was a 6. It's like, or not a 6, but like lower than that. I was like, oh, no, no.
Nice. Jane, that's enough. The one under Suave stops moving. You have successfully stopped the one under Suave from trying to attack him. It falls limp and dead. Nareth, it is your turn.
Oh.
Nareth no longer sees any. Those ones on the other side are sleeping, yes?
Yes, except for the one which is looking longingly across the ooze at Suave, which is hovering in the air.
We all look longingly across the ooze. I think. So wait. Forgive me. So which one is the one that is looking longingly across the ooze? It wasn't fully clear, so I didn't realize.
This one up
That
here.
one. Okay, cool. She is going to do the classic thing of, just kinda shooting it with a friggin' phaser.
Respectable.
Just because sometimes you gotta. But I'd like to make an attack roll, a normal attack roll.
That hit.
Does a 12 hit? Hey, 12 hits. Great. Then, with a 12 hitting, she is going to roll damage. For 4 damage. For explicitly non-lethal damage, one might say.
Explicitly non-lethal damage it is, and you see that mass barely pulsing and holding on to life. Had this damage not been non-lethal, you would have killed it.
There you go. Oh, so it goes unconscious. Hey!
Yes. So
Very
it
nice.
just stops in a pile. And it is
Excellent.
alive-ish? Question mark?
I'll take a live-ish. That's a valid response.
And the others are sleeping.
Hey, okay, nice.
Suave, it is your turn.
Alright, first attack's gonna go to the one I almost killed last time. Or wait, no, it is. It's unconscious. Never mind.
Yep, you've got the unconscious one that the Nareth nearly killed, and then the 3 sleeping ones.
I'm still gonna kill him.
Go for it.
Do I get sneak attack as well because it's with advantage because it's unconscious?
Yeah, I mean, they do not see you coming.
Cool. Oh wait, yeah, sneak attack, cool.
That's a hit.
Oh wait, no, I have advantage. Let's see if I crit. I'll roll again. No. Okay, almost, but no. Six. Do I even need to do sneak attack damage on it? It's dead.
On the sleeping one or the one that Nareth put down?
The Nereth one.
Oh, it's dead.
Cool. In that case, bonus action gun is gonna go towards the other one, the other worm walker just beneath.
Okay, and you get advantage on that as well, and sneak attack.
Why is it rolling 3 times? I got 2 crits though! Hey!
You get double advantage, because
Fuck,
Sneak attack.
okay. Critical there, and critical sneak attack damage.
Fantastic. Give me it. Go ahead and describe what it looks like when you murder this thing.
Okay, so Suave has both his pistols out simultaneously. Since they're asleep, he has all the time in the world to line the laser sights up, right between wherever like the eyes would be on this thing, I guess. Holds the trigger down for a few seconds for a power shot, and then fires them both at once. Spray of worms goes everywhere.
Effective, lethal, brutal, beautiful. It is deader than dead. And Loricus, it is your turn.
So I'm not particularly concerned about the hostility or danger of these things at this point. I am, however, interested in what I just witnessed, where it would not walk into the goo.
Indeed, it would not walk into the goo.
Is there anything I can maybe like? There's a dead one over here. Maybe use it to touch the goo, or do something to be able to kind of sort of figure out maybe why it wouldn't walk into the goo.
Roll investigation for me.
Okay. $14.
You notice that the goo is several shades darker, but definitely the same sort of color as whatever insides these things have.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely comes from psyworms or psyworm walkers or some sort of amalgamation of them. You can confirm that for sure now.
Okay. Am I able to mage hand one of the sleeping worms and pull it into the goo? One of the sleeping ones that's still alive?
You can try. It weighs more than 5 pounds, though.
Darn it. They're so small, I thought maybe I'd be able to get away with it. Okay.
No, these are like 20-pound worms.
Ah! Alright. Alright. It's just very interesting that they won't step into it. There's like an extra level of sentience here, maybe. That...
You get the feeling with that 14 that it's kind of similar to, you've studied certain human cultures where people will not walk on graves or burial sites. That's
Right.
what you liken it to in your mind.
Okay. Cool. I think that this ends up being my turn.
Okay. Then it's Fernix's turn next, because those two are still sleeping like babies.
Yeah, I think Fernix is gonna be happy to just sort of wait. Those things aren't a danger, so it's just gonna sit over beside Lore and lick its paw.
Good, Fernix. Jane, it is your turn.
Move over here and kind of try to see, but I can't see anything else, so I'm just gonna stop and stand here and wait to see if anyone gets attacked. I guess just being like a defensive pose.
Fair and valid. Absolutely. Nareth, it is your turn then.
Nareth is pretty much going to stand here and observe, just because nothing else is moving, right? So
Nope, you've just
Not a
got
lot of
two
reason to
sleeping
do-
psyworms.
then yeah, that's the plan.
What about you, Suave?
He's gonna descend back onto the ground. That's about it.
Oh, no, get back in there. I don't know why it took you out of turn order, but it wanted to.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So help me, so help me.
An absolute bop of a song.
Classic.
All right, so Suave, you descend back onto the ground. And if nobody else is going to engage with the Psyworms, I think we're going to be out of initiative.
All right.
Okay. I think at this point we've pretty much figured out that the city's not here. Have you noticed anything magical, Law?
Mostly just the Cyworm eviscera on the ground.
Right.
She gestures at the big pool.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, kind of curious what caused it to die.
What?
I mean, this is dead.
I mean, there was a giant vat of stuff, like, not too long ago.
Is this just spill out from all of that?
No, but as in, I remember there was a big vat of stuff that was like feeding to or from an engine. It wasn't very clear at the time. So like, I don't know.
I couldn't make heads or tails of it really either, unfortunately.
But you do recall that it tasted like Crash Psyworm infusion.
It did indeed. It was tasty, kind of, but flat.
No fizzy.
No busy.
So, are you staying here? Are you continuing to look for the dome? Or are you returning to Ping?
I think at this point we should just go, lads. I'm not expecting us to find much else.
I'm not sure there's much else to find.
Wonder what happened to Susie and her daughter, though.
Probably out there somewhere.
I think that makes sense.
All right.
Well, back to the ship then.
Yeah, I think we head back to the ship.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay, you decide to walk back to the ship. And as you do, let's go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break.
Yes, please.
All right.
Or rather, we'll go 7 minutes. We'll be back at quarter after the hour, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, see you guys in a bit. And we're back. We rejoin our crewmates as they have reassembled aboard Ping. What have you decided to do?
Right, well... Visually, we're actually still on the overworld, but, I was on the landing area zone, but,
We can switch to the overworld.
yeah. I think it might be better to, I don't know, like, I think we should just decide on one of the options that are nearby that take our personal interest. For me, I'm curious at what's at this dwarven ship, because dwarves always have an interesting mix of magic and technology. There might be something we can use there.
Well, I know that dwarven ship, initially, who knows how it has changed, but was one of the most ferocious and vicious and dangerous.
Maybe not then. I'm just not entirely sure what the best thing to do is here, you know? Like, I don't know, what any suggestions from you guys? I feel like I'm doing a lot of muttering and not a lot of anything of note or use.
We could try to talk to Miyamura.
Miyamura.
The giant snake?
Right,
Yeah.
I feel that's one of the last things we should be doing. And
It likely has the best understanding of the situation that we're in, considering it's out there.
it likely also understands that we're a very good source of dinner, so
Nah, it is planets.
yeah, and we're smaller
Oh,
than
that's
that
much
planet.
better.
We're very
Yeah.
smaller than that.
We're snacks.
Yeah, I think
Barely.
that contacting that fucking space serpent is one of the last things we do. Once we've been everywhere else it hasn't eaten yet. Before they go. Before they get swallowed.
Probably a good idea. I don't know if a space serpent even uses language the same way we do.
Probably not, but it could be figured out.
That feels like a lot
Well-
more work when we can go to places that we're actually a lot more viably able to interact with.
Well, and as well, we seem aware of it. Whether or not it seems aware of us is another thing, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Probably is in the same way that you're aware of a fly.
Yeah, I don't like flies very much. Normally squash those. So, which only furthers my point.
Oh, darn it. Ooh, actually, as you guys are talking about this, Laura gets distracted, pulls out one of the vials from her belt of many pouches, and while Mage Hand holding it in the air in front of her, opens her hand palm up beside it, not touching the vial, but beside it, and with her face also fairly close to it, trying to kind of quote unquote get in the aura of the goo. And she's gonna try and summon that heart again.
Alright. Give me a wisdom throw.
Wisdom saving throw. 14.
Smells very gooey. Not like lime, not like anything that you would associate with nature. It smells like anguish.
Lovely.
And no heart.
No
What
heart.
does anguish smell like?
It burns
McDonald's,
your
but the-
nose hairs
the
a
really-
little bit.
Oh, it's like capsaicin. Okay.
Why are you sniffing that? That's okay.
Jane, when she opens
And then Jane's
it,
gonna. Oh, it smells like food, but bad food. Oh, my tongue.
I also have my mage hand up. So that's a great mixture for you. Sorry. I'll put this away.
It's fine.
Ought I to go get some of those mushrooms to see if we can do some chemistry?
I would certainly be interested in something along those lines. Yeah, I guess you guys pick wherever you want to go next.
Can Jane drink a Cylon infusion?
Yeah,
She's so
absolutely.
hungry.
So are we
Okay.
gonna go grab the mushrooms?
Right. So
Location.
looking at the options on the overworld, what are people vibing? Did we actually come to a decision? I don't think I actually had a decision
Pick.
being made. What? Are you just telling me to pick? That feels excessive and a little aggressive.
I believe no consensus has been made.
And Laura has basically decided that she doesn't care. She's abstaining from the situation by putting it on someone else's shoulders, namely you, because you're not doing something else.
I'm gonna check in the chat here, and there we go. So we have Toxic Planet. We have. What is the lead box? I'm really curious about the lead box, so I'm gonna suggest that. Lunareth is gonna go. I see a giant box. Maybe it's a giant machine we can use to get out of here. Just a thought
Terribly
process.
disgusting, like, they put terribly dangerous things inside of lead boxes. Things that you must not have detected or found or known about.
Or
Out
portals
of
that get you.
where?
Or
What are
portals
we
that
in?
get you out of here, maybe, or.
Somebody is attempting to hide the portal. But usually they're fixed. That lead box seems to be floating around.
Where are we trying to get out of, and what are we trying to get into? I'm
Trying to
very
get-
confused.
I don't know, trying to get back home, trying to go somewhere we can actually
Yeah.
live our lives instead of drifting around in a giant ship for the rest of our days arguing with each other.
I mean, I don't know, Dareth. I don't think our homes want us back. Just
We can
saying.
go find somewhere else then. I don't know. Do you want to live in a ship and be angry at each other for the next X amount of years until we all drop dead?
I mean, to be fair, that's what Rosie life is kind of like anyway.
Yeah, but we're not Rothians. We don't want to live like that.
Swabi in the
okay.
meanwhile is gonna notice Ain's been patiently waiting on his bed and is gonna go over and say hi.
Ein is very happy to see you. His little tail wiggles and he gives you an emphatic.
Oh yeah, who's a good boy? I'm sorry that we were gone for ages, weren't we? Come on, come out. And Swabi's just gonna get Ain to follow him out into the dining area.
I do believe I can give you control to have Ein follow you, similarly to how I did with Voricus. There you go. You should be able to move him now.
Yay! Nito. Nito Dorito.
That's where you want to go. Set the coordinates.
Yeah, sure. I'll go to the captain's chair then.
Coordinates set.
Alright, ship, go.
Coordinates locked. Beginning travel. You feel a small lurch under your feet as Saya begins to move.
Just gonna wait, I guess. I don't know. Nareth's probably gonna go back to her room and do a little bit of tinkering and the like.
Not partaking in the psychedelic mushrooms that Suavi has brought out for everybody to try?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Yeah, definitely not that.
Right, lower. Um, here you go. Be a bit careful. Do you have, they don't seem like they're irritant to the touch. But if you want to be careful with them, now's the time to go get some sort of utensil to hold it with.
I use my psychic mage hand to just pluck it
Cool.
from
In
your
that
hand
case,
and hold it in the air.
I'll use the fancy trade thing to give it you. There we go.
So you wanted to try this with the psychic juice that we'd picked up, yes?
Yeah, see if there could be anything made of it for recreational or medicinal purposes. Or if it's, of any use to boosting your magic or giving Jade more psychic energy or something. And that's not the only mushroom I have. I've got like 18 more of those back in my room.
I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut this mushroom into, I don't know, like 4 or 6 parts, depending on how big this mushroom is. And on one of the pieces, I'm going to then reach into my belt of mini pouches and pull out a vial of the Psyworm. And it's only a milliliter, so it's not very much. But I'm going to try and not use the full milliliter on one piece of this mushroom. And I'm going to try and drip the one onto the other. And then see what happens.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Okay. If I'm using my mage hand to do the vial manipulation part with the Psyworm juice, does that still require a sleight of hand?
Instead of sleight of hand, then you can use Arcana, but we'll still do it because I want to see how well your mage hand performs this.
Oh, okay. All right. Come on, mage hand.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, your mage hand is able to do this without spilling any, without losing any. The mushroom's about the size of your outstretched palm, so you pretty easily get 6 portions out of that, and you're able
Okay.
to take one of those portions and put it in the vial and combine them without any issue.
All right. So I've got this piece of mushroom. I've dripped some Psyworm onto it. Did it start smoking or catch fire or anything?
Didn't start smoking, didn't catch fire. It looked like the mushroom, they're very moist mushrooms, but it looked like it plumped up somehow, like it soaked up the juice.
Mm-hmm.
But no smoking,
Okay.
no fires or anything like that.
I will gesture to Suave and say, well, it looks intact. Do you want to touch it with your pinky? Make sure it doesn't eat your flesh.
Okay, I kind of need my hands for shooting stuff, even my pinky finger. Balance is important, but I don't know. If you're not weird about feet, then fine. No, some people are.
I put my vial away and I mage hand the piece of mushroom onto the floor so that Suave can touch it with their foot.
He slips a nanofiber boot off. Doesn't smell too great.
Oh.
It's been a few days since he showered, but he's gonna give it a tiny little nudge with his pinky toe if he can.
I showered you in that virtual world.
Oh yeah, would he be clean after being washed in the Hichagu?
You are.
Yeah,
indeed
okay,
clean.
never mind
Yeah.
then. Oh, never mind then. Retcon all that.
Okay.
His foot's shiny, sparkling as the celestial stars. As he still nudges it with his pinky toe. Nails haven't been clipped in a while though.
Alright. Does Suave's foot catch fire or start melting.
Doesn't seem to eat away at his flesh. Not at all.
Not even a tingly tickle.
Not even a bit. It feels slimy and a little bit cold. It makes you want to giggle.
Nah, just feels like I'm poking a slug. Not
All right.
pleasant, but it ain't eating at me.
Well, first, probably should have you consume the normal mushroom piece to see what the normal mushroom piece experience would be, and then consume this mushroom piece.
Right. Part of the reason I'm interested in this as well, though, is we're gonna run out of Psyworm infusions eventually, and if this could be a backup food source for her or anything, so I wouldn't mind if Jane tried some, but maybe not right now, at her leisure.
Good point. So are you not going to eat this yet?
Oh, I am. I'm just wondering if I should. I just need to go get a normal mushroom from my room.
Oh, well, no, you can use one of the pieces that I have.
Oh, you didn't use all of it. Fair enough.
No, I have 6 pieces. One has got Psyworm on it. Here, have piece number 5.
All right. Well, if I go batshit crazy, then do restrain me.
Fair enough.
Cheers. And then he swallows it without chewing, if possible.
So you do. It's a small enough piece that Laura's cut. If she hadn't cut it up, you would definitely have to do some chewing, but since she's so nicely dissected it for you, you can just pop it in your mouth and swallow it almost like a meme.
Right.
No immediate effects, though.
Alright, I'm going to ask our ship how long until we reach our destination.
Ooh, that's calculating. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Because, after the thought, after we've done this, thought crosses my head, what happens if we get there and Suave's high?
To deal with high Suave trying to adventure in a mysterious bog.
Sounds like a fun fucking time to me.
It's pretty far away. It'll probably be a while. We'll probably have some time.
Yeah.
Maybe some days, hopefully.
Ping advises you that it is approximately 1,200 light years away, and for context, Swanyan Diva was about 800 light years away from the Rusted Labyrinth, so it's about that distance half over again, so 2 or 3 sleeps.
So about 3 days, maybe?
Roughly.
Okay. That should be plenty of time for you to recover and try again with the other one.
Thing
And then
happens.
recover.
Do I feel an immediate effect after 5 or 10 minutes? Well, it's not immediate, but you know what I mean.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
Nothing yet.
17.
Kind of looking around, staring at things, waiting for something to look different. All feels
Oh.
familiar.
Well, I've been sober, and I've been high plenty of times. This feels like the former, still.
Alright. Why don't we sit down and wait?
As you're
All right.
waiting, Jane, you're in the corner of the living room. What you up to?
I'm sitting here. I turned the TV on, and there's not really much to listen to, so I turned it off, and then I just play around on my phone. I don't know where we're going, really. I don't have anywhere to go, so I don't really care where we go. Just having an existential crisis, if you will.
You saw poor Jane go to turn on the TV and then just seeing fuzz for the channels, exasperatedly turned it off and then go sit in the corner and pull out her data pad and then see that there's no connection to the internet, there's no cloud. It's just nothing.
I guess I'm gonna take a nap.
You see Suave sitting at the kitchen table, having a few crumbs in his beard. And Jane goes to take a nap.
Yeah, Suave. Actually, I will do some work. You can follow me to my room if you wish to remain supervised.
Probably a good idea. Come on, I'm.
Ryan's bark every time always scares the living daylights out of me.
I'm so sorry.
As Ein barks, Phoenix goes "Meow," and like flies into the air and runs away.
Oh, poor Ferdix.
Yeah, so we can sit in my room, and I'm going to work on spell stuff, like a giant nerd does.
Suave, is that a flying cat?
Oh no.
Oh, hello. There's an animal on the ship. Other than me.
You mean Phoenix?
Oh, you know it then.
That
No one
is-
else really seems surprised, so...
Did you forget Phoenix?
I thought I'd seen him before, but I just wasn't sure, like, whose it was, or... like, what it was.
It is my familiar. We get them our first year in school.
School. Certainly a far fancier school than I went to then. I didn't learn none of this shite. Not that I went very often.
I suppose if it is a wealth of knowledge that you're calling fancy, then yes.
I have knowledge, just not as academic. I know my strengths.
Good. It is good to know oneself. It's the only way you can exert yourself onto the world. Well, safely at least.
I don't do it very safely either.
Safely to the extent that it isn't full of unintended consequences.
Nah,
I
you're
suppose
still
it is
not resonating
different.
with me much.
It is different in the material planes because the world isn't as volatile to your thoughts.
What the fuck's this background music, DM? No, I'm not drugged yet, am I? What's happening? Is it kicking in now, or...?
Are you feeling funny?
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
This is what you hear from your companion, Loricus.
Wait, I hear the music from them?
No, the do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on. Swami's turned into a jukebox.
Yeah, this is not the intended effects. Whoopie doopie. Yeah, how's Swavi doing then?
Yeah, I'm gonna like check Suave's pupils and be like, I think it's kicked in.
Suave, you look at your hands and it looks like they have feathers on them.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, all of your skin looks like it's covered in feathers. Loricus, you do not perceive this effect.
Oh.
It feels very soft and velvety to the touch.
Swavi's gonna just sort of sneakily, like, pull his waistband out. Is that also feathery?
All of your skin.
That's important. All of it. Wow. Oh no.
You've become a fucking Aarakocra.
Ah, god damn it. So, Laura, help. I appear to have become a bird.
How? Because of the
Ah.
wings?
Well, no. I had those before. Now all of me's come look, you're not close enough. Come, look, and Swabby's just gonna hold his hand out. I know, but you're obviously not seeing it. Look at my hand. It's like I'm a man-shaped bird. It's
Uh-huh. I touch Suave's hand. It's just skin. And I'm like, I don't know what's supposed to be bird-shaped about this.
Suave, Loricus's face appears as though it is sharpening and narrowing into a beak?
oh
Oh
oh no, it's spreading. It's spreading. Fuck no! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Back the fuck up! No, you can't be a bird as well. That's my thing.
If you want to be a bird, I guess you can be a bird.
No, I didn't ask for it. The wings were cool. The wings are practical. This is just. How the fuck am I gonna get laid now?
Oh, birds
Oh my
use
God.
a cloaca.
No! No, I don't want to use that. Help, Lord help. No, I don't like being a bird. Wait, is my cock gonna disappear? Fuck's sake. He's pulling the waistband out and just constantly checking that it's still there.
Is
Your
it
anatomy
covered
has
in
not
feathers?
altered. It is feathered.
Oh,
Oh no!
that's gonna hurt though. I don't want to do that to someone. Help! I'm not living out the rest of my days as a celibate birdman. Help!
Alright, Suave, I am fairly certain in a few hours, all of that is going to return to how it was.
How do you know?
Because you took a mushroom.
And oh right, I did do. Wait, so this is what? So the mushrooms turn you into a bird?
Maybe, for a little bit.
Maybe. All right.
Lore's feathers are
But
green.
what? Oh, you're a different bird though. You're like a parrot. I feel like I've got more of a chicken vibe going on.
In fact, Ein's
God.
feathers are silver.
Oh, Ein's got it too. Look, lower. Look.
Uh-huh.
I
give
the bird
Ein a
dog.
pat on his smooth metal head.
Oh, this is cool. I gotta see if it works on other people as well. 1 second. And then
Okay.
Swabby's gonna. This is fucking nuts.
This is pretty
Naret!
great.
Naret, are you a bird? Naret. Naret?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sounding very far away. Your mic's funny. Right,
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
I'll go to Jade
Yeah.
and come back.
Oh, that's why.
Jade,
Forgive
you
me.
should-
I
Oh.
thought you meant on the map. I realized now that I had moved my microphone away from my head.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Naret. Are you a bird?
No, I am a person, not a bird, but not a bird person, a regular person.
GM, what does Nareth look like to me?
I think we've lost the GM.
Oh
No.
no.
Their head, rather than being covered in hair, is covered in this stunning navy and silver plumage.
Wow. Can may I? and Swabby just gently reaches a hand out to like pat at Narneth's head.
The feathers are soft and velvety, almost like running your hand through a cloud or whipped cream, because there's a little moisture also there.
Oh, that's wow. This is cool. Right. Okay. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Across the hall, just kind of scurries off. Jane, are you a bird as well?
Oh, and what?
Are you a bird? Let me come see.
Wait, what in the hell are you talking about?
Suavi
GM, does Jane
storms into your
also?
room. Suavi storms into your room. His eyes are so dark, they're almost black. And Suavi, you see this eruption of like silver and teal feathers. All of the jagged points on Jane where her sharp spikes usually are, it's now a pointed feather, and her face is narrowed into this one sharp tooth-like beak, but when she opens her mouth to speak, you can see that there's like hundreds of thousands of little mini teeth beaks inside as well.
Oh no!
Oh,
What?
that's fucking trippy. You've got like a dimension of mouths inside your main mouth. I can't. Oh
What the hell are you talking about? Get out of my room, weirdo!
no! But you're
No,
Oh.
you're on drugs, Suavi. You're on drugs.
Yep.
maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, just don't break anything, and then she rolls over.
All right. Okay. Well, Laura, everyone's a bird. It's not just us. It's everyone. This is fucking
because
cool.
your eyes are the what are doing it.
What? Why? Wait, I can turn people into birds with my eyes?
For yourself, yes.
That's fucking cool. Oh well.
The flying cat
What about
is,
him? Yeah. What about Phoenix?
is now a blackbird.
Oh,
Just
this
straight up blackbird, not even a winged cat. It's a bird.
It's a full proper bird.
Well, I definitely want to do this again. It's slightly creepy. Like sometimes there's this little like tightness in my chest that makes me feel like I'm gonna die. But most of the time it's like fascinating, you know?
Well, there are more mushroom pieces.
Do you want one?
No, although I'm now considering if that mushroom is infused with psychic energy, and you take it, you might have the ability to project your own hallucination into other people's heads. Then that could be.
Oh,
Ah,
well, I could. No, that sounds really fucking cool. Let me try. Swabi's gonna attempt to like focus really hard to the point of almost shitting himself of like telepathically communicating with Lore.
as I see very clearly what Suave's doing, Laura kind of pinches the bridge of her nose and goes, "You didn't take the Psyworm infused mushroom. It's not likely to work right now. But I guess try if you want."
Suavi, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Okay. Seven.
Laricus, you watch as Suavi is standing right there before you, and 1 second he's looking at you, squinting at you, trying to enter your mind with some silly thought about birds or beaks or feathers or whatever he's rambling on about. And then the next second he is on the ground, passed out cold, almost hits his head on your desk, but barely makes it on his way down and manages not to.
That was sudden. I will get up and kneel beside him and check that he's got a pulse. It seems mostly regular. He's still got color to his flesh. He's still breathing.
He does indeed. He has a pulse. It's regular. His heart is beating. And as you kneel down to check up on him, a heave comes into his chest. He gasps, and his eyes open up again. Suave, you wake up.
You all right?
Am I sober now? Is everyone still a bird? Or
Oh, everyone is still a bird, and you are still high as fuck.
Oh, I did it! I did it! You did hear it. You heard it, right? I was trying to tell you if I had a beak because I haven't looked at myself in the mirror yet. I was trying to ask you that.
There's a mirror in the bathroom. I'm going to help Suave to his feet.
Answer my fucking question!
All you did was fall over.
Well, yeah, but like nothing else. There wasn't like telepathy. No.
Telepathy? No.
Yes, that one. The very same. No.
You didn't take the Psyworm-infused mushroom. Sorry.
Well, it wouldn't be an experiment if I didn't try stuff anyway.
And that is
Would it,
why
Laura?
I said it would be great for you to still go ahead and try. And you did, and you fell over.
One of these days I'll be able to talk to your head like everyone else.
Don't think that's so great.
Hey, do you want to come look in the mirror as well and see what happens?
I'm gonna finish writing in my book, but you let me know what you see in the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And as Suave leaves, Lore has like 4 books open on the table, and she pulls the the one that's kind of got like some purple and silver, like it's purple and it's got like silver bindings around the edges of it and stuff. She pulls that one over and opens it to like a fresh page and just starts kind of writing down this experiment titled Mushroom Misadventure, and just starts detailing what's going on with Suave so that she can have a comparison later.
Mushroom Misadventure, truly the greatest name.
The best side quest in all D&D history. Suave, as you take a look in the mirror, you see yourself covered in glorious golden feathers from head to toe. Even the tips of your ears have feathers, and they tingle, and you can feel the fine hairs. Somehow you have both feathers and hair at the same time, simultaneously. Don't question it, it's fine. But you can feel the wind in your feathers and your hair, although there is no air moving on this ship. And if you close your eyes to blink for a moment, you feel almost like you're flying. But yes, you do have a beak, and in fact your entire head is now the shape of a bird head.
Wow. I'm a bird, motherfucker. I wonder what happens if, oh, wait. And then Suave is gonna use his bestial form feature, if he has the cognizant power to do so, in order to, change from the wings to a different feature. Let's say the webbed skin, the swimming one, the gills and the webbing.
Ooh, okay.
Or the fins and the webbing, sorry.
So you do. You
See-
look in the mirror and you watch as your very flesh changes right before your eyes. What was once feathers morphs into webs, but somehow it keeps getting stuck in between, and it forms a web made of feathers, and then feathers made of webbing, and then it keeps going forward and backward and backward and forward, and you can't really get it to stay on one or the other.
very frustrated by this, Suavi's gonna stomp his foot down and go, "Will you fucking decide, will you?"
It stops happening entirely, and your bird form is the one that retains when you look in the mirror.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, wait. Something else still. Suavi's gonna attempt the perfect senses one to see if he can get even more sensory overload.
Okay, Suavi, I need you to roll me perception with advantage.
Okay. It's 13.
You smell a vague hint of lime and burning rubber. That's about it.
Oh. Ooh. It's like when the lads use too much aftershave in the bathrooms at school. Oh. Now what? Oh, Laura! Laura.
Yes, did you see the beak?
Yeah, I saw it. I also tried to do the beast thing that I had, the one that I got on the chair. The thing.
Okay.
Well, I tried to do that different as well, and, I started morphing, and I was this, weird bird fish man for a second, and it was really scary, but also really fucking cool.
Laura just keeps writing down what Suave's saying.
And so you do.
And now I'm there's another thing that I know how to do because of the chair, where I can have better senses and stuff. I tried doing that, and now all I smell is lime and rubber. If a citrus fruit were also a really hot fart sort of idea. It's pleasant but not at the same time, and I don't know where it's coming from. Not me though, promise.
Well, since the hallucinatory smell, you probably can't track it down. Otherwise, normally, you would follow the smell to where it gets stronger.
Oh, that's a good idea. I haven't tried that yet. Can Suave try and follow the smell?
Absolutely he can. Roll me investigation.
Follow your nose! Be a toucan!
Does the perfect senses thing give any advantage, or is it normal?
Absolutely he can have advantage, yes.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, I fucking needed it, because my first roll was a 1.
So you can tell that the rubber smell is coming from Nareth's room, the lime smell is coming from Lore's room.
Suave would just kind of stand out in the corridor for a second, walking around in circles, just sniffing violently, before going Laura, what shampoo do you use?
I used a normal scentless baby shampoo.
That's stupid, you're not a baby. Why do you
No,
use
but
baby
that's-
shampoo?
Because it is the most gentle.
Oh. Okay, well, the reason that I ask, I swear I'm not. But I know I've taken mushrooms, but I'm not dumb, am I? Am I dumb? Maybe, but still, you smell. It's the lime smells coming from you. It's from in here. That's why.
Jane, remind me, has Jane told Lore that Lore smells like limes?
Many times.
I think I have, yeah.
Okay, so I think at that, Lore will kind of pause in what she's writing and look up at Suave and say,
Well, maybe you're detecting something real then. Jane says that I smell like limes.
Oh, she does. So, you do actually smell like lime. It's not just. Well, it's probably me being dumb, but I'm not dumb though, am I?
I believe it is the psychic smell of me that is
Psychic
lying.
smells! I have psychic smells! Fuck yeah! Nah, well, oh, that's not very nice though, because then that means that Naret's psychic smell is like rubber, like hot rubber, which is not as nice.
Narat might
It's-
not
it's-
mind it.
Might be because of that big slappy head, you know, it's like rubbery and slappy,
I
you
would
know.
not have presumed that would be why, but maybe don't tell her. Though, at least in your current state.
Oh, okay, I'll wait till I'm sober to tell her.
Yes.
Cool, alright. Good. That's probably good advice.
Mhm.
Thank you, Laura. You've been very helpful. Oh, what does Jane smell like? I have to smell Jane.
Okay. Gonna keep writing down all of Suave's insanity that's happening right now. It's so great.
Jane,
Ah,
Jane,
yeah,
what-
yeah.
what do you smell like?
I don't know. I don't know what I smell like. I don't.
GM, what does Jane smell like, if anything?
Jane
Like-
starts sniffing herself. She's like, I don't know. I can't smell anything.
Roll investigation
But,
for me.
Oh, okay. Advantage again, or no?
Yes, with advantage.
$11.
Strangely enough, you don't get a scent from Jane's room. You smell gunpowder, but you know that's from the dynamite. And you can smell lime, but that's from Lore. You can smell the rubber from in the hallway, that's Nareth. But you're not getting anything uniquely Jane.
Oh. Huh. You smell of nothing. Oh, that's... Huh. Would not have guessed that. Alright.
Does Jane know
Okay.
what Nara smells like?
You've smelled it before, so you're probably used to like the rubber smell, yeah.
Okay. Well, then Jane turns to her, at least I don't smell like burning rubber. And that's all.
Alright. Swabby's just gonna awkwardly leave the room.
Suave awkwardly leaves the room and returns to Loricus's room, I assume, to continue the mushroom misadventures. And that, I
Yeah.
think, is where we will leave
Yeah.
the session this week,
Hey.
with mushroom misadventure madness.
Very
Jane
good.
smells like the transparent section of a PNG file. Oh,
Yeah.
so good, though. I can't be hugging the limelight like this.
No, it's
so good.
alright. I was fine with it.
I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Sometimes stories focus not on the collective, but on an individual, you know?
Everybody hopefully will get their moment or moments. I want to try and build those for all of you.
We have more mushroom
Yeah.
pieces if everybody else wants some.
Oh yeah, we do.
You have I have 18. I have 18 more portions of mushroom, which is, you know,
And there is
few
no
each.
guarantee that they will turn you into birds.
no.
But anyway, I digress. Let us commence with our wrap up. If you wouldn't mind getting us started, Evie Story, aka Loricus, thank you for being here today and playing with us.
I am Evie Story. I've been absent from the past couple of sessions because I have been moving, and I am now moved. I am not fully unpacked, but I am now in a new location. It is a better location, aside from the fact that my cat scared me to death earlier today by hiding
Oh,
in a place that I didn't expect them to be. But we're good. They're alive and existing in the house as opposed to out in the streets somewhere. So, but yeah, I'm recently moved now. Gonna be a little while I get kind of set up. Still have lots of intended things I want to be accomplishing now that I am moved and presumably in a more stable living situation. Hopefully can start accomplishing those things. So if you give me a follow on probably Twitter at this point, in a while I will start tweeting more often again, and information about such things will be there.
awesome. Friend, that is a fucking mood, and I hope all the best goes with unpacking and wrapping up your
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And next we've got Getting Stabbed, aka Jane.
Ah! Ah!
Ah.
Yeah, I'm Jane, aka getting stabbed, aka stabby, wabby, stabbers, stab, bunch of stuff. My real name's Cassandra. I'm a software engineer. I like taking naps. I like snacks, and I also really like blankets when it's cold. And my AC on very high so that it's cold all year. That's it.
Beautiful. Simple. I love it. Thank you very much for being with us, Jane, as always. St. Hills, aka Nareth.
Hi, I'm St. Hills, also called Nareth. I am currently hearing a car alarm go off in the distance. I am always excited to be here. I've been a bit quiet this session, but I was very happy with the session. I was really enjoying it. So thank you for letting me be here, I guess.
Always, we love to have you. We love Nareth. And last but not least, the incorrigible Suave, Katie Beldy.
Yeah, hi, I'm Katie Beldy, and that is the username I use for literally everywhere. So if you want to find me on anything, that's the username. No one else uses it. It's very, very me. In real life, I'm Caitlin. The background music you're hearing, I made, and the entire Velocity of Ping soundtrack you can listen to for free on my YouTube channel. Which the mod has very helpfully put into the chat. Thanks, mod. Appreciate you. I also do other stuff on there. We love mod. I also do other stuff on there, like bardcore covers and other original songs of mine. Get out. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you so much and everything you do for Ping and me and my sanity. Last but not least, I'm Void Egg. I'm the GM. I make the map thingies. I make the story thingies. I kind of know what's going on sometimes. Yeah, that's me. When I'm not here, I'm Void Egg on Twitter, and I talk about random shit, and I get angry and yell a lot. So if you love that, go over there. But if you want to talk about cool RPG things, then that's the Triple T RPG Twitter, where I'm always posting whatever we're up to. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. We love you so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.